Gundam Evolution has been around for about half a year now, and it has certainly captured a flow of gameplay that I enjoy very much. However, this can be a hard game to get into since everyone is flying around due to the boost gauge system. I want to help you out in the same way I practice. In this video, I'll walk you through the 5 rules of play to not only improve in Gundam Evolution, but in any other game as well. First, use the practice range. Like any other game, the more time you spend on it, the better you'll become. I recommend 3 types of practice though. One is aiming, second is movement, and third is melee. First, familiarize yourself with the various weapons available in the game. Every mobile suit has a different weapon, and every mobile suit's weapon has a different usage. For example, the Gundam and the Mars side have both beam rifles. Now, these beam rifles have different damages, different effective ranges, and different headshot multipliers. Train for about 5 minutes every time you play. You don't want to do too much more because you'll either get bored or your fingers will be fatigued. Always try to aim for headshots, and when you're practicing, only move on to the next movement phase when you can land all headshots. The second type of practice is mastering G-dashing. Your mobile suit's controls are crucial in combat situations where every second counts. I have a tutorial on G-dashing, but it's essentially canceling a dash, and that's called a half dash, and then moving yourself into a sprint. Just go around the practice range and move with G-dash only for about a minute or 2. This will allow you to get a huge advantage over those who don't use G-dashing because you'll always have more boost gauge than them. That means you can always move around the map faster, getting health packs faster, and also avoid damaging abilities better. The final practice is, well, melee practice. Comment below if you think that Barbados is overpowered. Both using a melee suit and avoiding melee suits are crucial to, I guess, your success in the game. I would suggest playing Barbados, Exia, or Zaku Melee, even if you hate playing them, just so that you know their limitations. These suits are not invincible, and the best way to counter them, I've found, is to play as them yourself. If you suck at Barbados, you should understand why you suck. And that means if you're playing against them, you can find how your behaviors while playing that suit might just be the same way that other people play the suit as well. I also found that Pale Rider is a very, very good counter to melee. Pale Rider can put down consistent damage, and the EMP grenade slows melee units down by about 35%, and that's pretty big. Melee units can't reach your position if they're being slowed like that, and that slow lasts for about a second or 2, which means that you can spray them down, or your teammates can throw their abilities at them too. Alright, the second rule to play by is teamwork. Teamwork is crucial in Gundam Evolution, but nobody ever joins the team chat, which means you gotta find some friends to play with. And this game is honestly just so much more fun playing with friends. Not everyone has a team to rely on all the time. Therefore, I created a Discord server called the Flag Fighters Hangar Bay, where there pretty much are daily squads for organized team play. We have players of all kinds of level, so don't be afraid to join. And even if you don't want to join our Discord server, I recommend you grab a couple of friends to play along with you in Gundam Evolution, because the most crucial thing is to coordinate your G maneuvers, which is your ultimate ability in this game. Having multiple G maneuvers activated at the same time is really, really hard for the enemy team to deal with. However, blowing through all of your G maneuvers for a singular point is also not very good as well. If anything, you don't have to worry about the nitty-gritty of team composition or how your team moves through the map. Just ask your teammates when they want to use their G maneuvers, for the first step of coordination. The third rule to play by is choosing the right mobile suit for your playstyle. Gundam Evolution has a lot of mobile suits, and every mobile suit plays differently. They have different attributes, strengths, and weaknesses. So knowing your playstyle and choosing the mobile suit that really complements you is very, very important. But it's also really hard. So I also have a database website that you can go to and understand all of the statistics and abilities for each mobile suit. For example, if you prefer a more aggressive playstyle, a mobile suit with high attack power and mobility such as the Zakuto range, Sazabi, or Barbados would be a really good fit. If you like the defensive playstyle, mobile suits with high defense or supportive abilities like the GM, the Unicorn, or the Turn A Gundam would probably be more appropriate for you. However, it's really hard to sort of gauge that without playing them. So I recommend either going on my website or just playing them in game and testing it out. Yes, you would definitely lose some games, but I say this sort of experimentation, I would highly encourage it so that in the future, you know what you're doing and you know who to play. Personally, I will recommend that you keep 3 or 4 mobile suits as your main mobile suits. Have one in each category. Aggressive, defensive, balanced. Those are the categories. Keep these mobile suits in your suit rotation and switch them out when the situation calls for it. I have Sazabi, Unicorn, and Pale in my standard ranked rotations. Plus, I play a lot of Exia on the side as my melee suit of choice. The fourth rule to play by is keep your eyes on your surroundings. Be aware of the environment, and that's really crucial in Gundam Evolution because unlike in other shooters, G-Evil has no radar. This means scouting abilities such as the Sazabi's scan or listening to Barbados' loud mace charge becomes even more important. Always control the Haro locations. Haros are the health pack of the game, and unlike in other games, health pack control is significantly more important than healers. Healers in Gundam Evolution usually cannot out-heal incoming DPS, and grabbing a Haro could mean life or death. So learn those Haro placements and always plan to control that area so that you're the one benefiting from those cute little orbs. The last rule to play by is just analyze your gameplay and learn from your mistakes. I would record my gameplay for videos, and obviously, sometimes after a battle, I will watch and see where I messed up. Your teammates are totally out of control unless you're playing on a Discord server. And the only factors you can influence when it's all said and done is, well, your own plays. A lost game can be very insightful. More insightful than a game won. There are things to look out for, such as how well your G maneuvers are going. Are you getting 1 or 2 kills with them? If you're not, maybe there's something wrong with the way that you're using it. Another thing to look for is situations where you die in. Are your deaths something that you can avoid? I've learned to control sightlines with snipers, as I recognize from my own gameplay that I was always being exposed to them and dying, being picked off all the time on Harbor. So, analyzing your gameplay is really important. Even if you are not a high-level player, I think there are things that intuitively you would understand of, oh shit, I fucked up, there's something I can do better there. And I don't know, it's a little bit hard for me sometimes, I get it. It's hard for you to look at your own losses. But trust me when I say that in the long run, when you correct your mistakes from that game, you'll win more in the future. Anyways, those were my 5 rules to play by. One is engaging in practice sessions, coordinating with your team members, choosing a mobile suit that suits your playstyle, being aware of your surroundings, and then learning from your mistakes. If you have any more questions, I'll take them in the comments below. So then remember to get some water, touch some grass, and I'll see you next time. Adios.
Consider supporting Axel on Patreon to keep the Gundam Evolution database online. We're also starting a monthly community gunplay contest, so if you're interested, come check us out.